All right, hello, csc249 data structures and algorithms. How are you? I'm Mr. Norris, also known as TeacherBot sometimes, and I'll turn the video off so I can show you some things on the screen. All right, there we go. Here's our section. I gave a brief introduction, and generally you're going to go to modules. Let's make sure the syllabus loads. Reasonably useful thing to do. What is data structures and algorithms? Okay, got to fix a few things there. I will make sure that you have my office location. Looks like this is the only one that doesn't have it. So I have to, I think I have to import this again. That's fine, I'll fix that. Let's show you the zyBooks tool. So zyBooks is not a large portion of the grade, but I believe it will be useful. So you can simply click here to view the entire book. And if I go to modules, what I want you to focus on for this first week once you work through this, obviously do your course entry quiz. I have to have that to keep you in the class. And then module 0. So in module 0, we're going to get you set up with your AI assistant. We're going to make sure your GitHub is working and you have your csc249 repository on GitHub. There'll be videos linked for that. And we have a couple of quick discussions here just to get things warmed up. The next assignment, because I'm going to give it a week or two on this class before we start coding, I would like you to work through the introductory section here, and this looks like it links correctly. Good. This is going to talk you through the basics of what we're doing. So the two things you've got are, if you want to program, like any language, you need parts of speech. So you need nouns and verbs. We are used to our variables being nouns and our functions being verbs. Well, now we're going to have whole new larger nouns that include lots of things in them, which are data structures, because there are a lot of common patterns you will see again and again to store data, to work with data. And when you're used to those, you'll find things make a lot more sense because you can kind of see the scaffolding underneath everything. Then what's an algorithm? Algorithms are the verbs. So with different data structures, you'll find different algorithms to work with them. You may have heard a mention of the algorithm, and of course, for the purpose of this class, that would make no sense because you always have the algorithm that you need right now, for a particular business need, whatever your need is, and the data structures you're using to make that work, then you would have algorithms that make sense there. Okay, so what I would like to see from you this first 2 weeks, get on here, please. So I have your GitHub, and you tell me a little bit about why you're in the class, what you wanted to do, introduce yourselves to each other, do the first reading so we have a base vocabulary of what we're even talking about. Pretty soon I'm going to introduce you to either the runestone for Python, which as you will see starts off sort of the same, and I like the fact the book starts with why do I need to know this, because you need to have an emotional reason to want to do this if you're going to do it. So let's find out why it's important. If you are using C++, then there is the C++ version. Now we're going to see how the zyBooks works. Most likely this is the last semester I'll use zyBooks so that I can transition more to these free services, because free is a very good price, especially when it's open source, when it's freely available to use and share. But the zyBooks is something that is sort of a known quantity that I know works, so we're going to go with it for now. You'll be able to use Class Collaborate to talk to me online. My office hours will be posted. And you can also, if you're local, feel free to pop in during my office hours to talk as well. But really what we're going to do in the first few weeks of the class is get warmed up again. Remember, what is it to write a program that uses objects? What are the sort of parts of speech, right? And then from there, go into using these tools in whichever language you prefer, Python or C++, to build things that are going to do something interesting. And again, I really want to encourage you to read through the AI policy. I'll make sure this is up to date to explain, if you don't know both languages, that's fine. You can work in one language, and then if we have an example in the other language, you can ask the AI to translate. What can't you do? You can't just give the AI the assignment instructions and turn in the thing it spits out, because then I'm giving the AI a grade, and I'm happy to give it a grade if it did the work, but you don't get credit for that. But what you'll find when you watch the intro GitHub videos is we're going to have a process here where you're doing something and then making a revision and another revision and another revision, because that's how actual software development works. And from that, you'll see you're doing your own work. The AI is helping you, but you're driving. All right, that's all I have for a short video start. Thank you for your